Right, so this is definitely not what I had in mind for today's drawing. I wanted to draw a labyrinth, or rather a maze, if there's even a distinction. For me, a labyrinth is this grand, cryptic, mysterious thing, whereas a maze is more like a puzzle. I have no idea if it is even remotely true, or if there are nuances to these words at all, and I'm not gonna bother checking. The point is, I wanted to draw a fun maze, the kind with side illustrations you would find on the back of cereal boxes. I don't know if these days cereal boxes have them anymore, but I'm sure you can see the kind I mean. It was supposed to be a fun drawing like that, but when I opened this new sketchbook, this Canson mixed media sketchpad, I instantly changed ideas. I went instead for an improvised map drawing. It's very reminiscent of this drawing I made, which you can see being made in detail in that video. In fact, it's the exact same principle, with the same art style. In the video, which is great by the way, I explain how to build a good map, make it make sense from a geographic and storytelling standpoint, as well as art techniques to make it work. In today's video, however, I'm not gonna talk about that much. You can see this video as a complement to the other one. I just wanna ramble about nothing in particular today. But after you subscribe, so I'll give you a second to do that. There you go. Now that you're subscribed, I still want to say a couple of things about this map. I went into it with no planning whatsoever, so this map is wonky at best. I did, however, manage to place into it some elements of storytelling that would do well to be emphasized a bit more. And, you know, they could serve as basis for cool stories if you ever want to do that. Maybe not on this map, but let's say you and your TTRPG party have your own cool world and you want a map of it? Hit me up on Instagram or something, let's turn it into a reality. But yeah, in this map, I put a couple of original places so you can have some terrain to build adventures in. At the bottom left, you have the Volcano of Tears, with its ever-flowing acid smoke. North of it, you have the Swamp of Bones, a bottomless marsh with trees white as corpses. Oh, by the way, I'm making the names and concept up as I go, right at this moment. Above the swamp, past the Lake of the Deathless, you have the treacherous Desert of the Thousand Suns. Still north of that, you can climb into the deserted Astronomer's Tower at the center of Adventure Town to gaze west upon the forgotten crater of the Ancients, or gaze east onto the terrifying Ash Mountains and its mesh of caves from which dark wails can be heard at night. On the northeast, which is the top right of the map, you have the border with the tri-sovereign state of Denlos, which could declare war on your land at any moment. And finally, for you adventurers who are more into naval adventures, why not go sail right into the beast's maw, the maelstrom in the middle of the sea? With just a couple lines made here and there without planning, you can create entire worlds and have stories take place within. That's what's great about fantasy. Anyway, so I made this map and I kinda like it, even if it's quite sloppy. It was also a good excuse to put to use this new sketchpad and show it in video. In the same way, a good excuse to not shoot the sketchbook tour video for my previous sketchbook that I finished about a month ago. It's just a lot of work to shoot this kind of video and I've been lazy about it. It must be the heat coming around this time of year making me lazy. Or the fact that I started a new job last week, so I'm mentally tired at the end of the day and the weekends are simply too short. I can find all kinds of excuses to not make a specific video I want to make, but this is fine. The most important is to not find excuses to not make art. I love making art in general, and I can't see myself being tired of it, in any form. Just the other day, I found the time to do some sculpting. I made this cool little guy called Tasbulin, a name chosen from a poll in my Instagram story, by the way. I made him from the offshoot of a cool new sculpture I'm working on that I can't show you yet. I also started a couple digital paintings while live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Detroit. It's been literally years since I did my best honest attempt at painting a portrait from reference. And honestly, I'm not too bad at it, I think. Look at that. And it's a work of progress. I might make a video on a few portraits at some point. God, I have so many videos to make. And so many cool art forms to explore. I'm so excited, but lazy at the same time, you know. I'm lazited, or ecstasy. Which brings me to the most recent form of art I tried, which you can see me do right about now. Watercolor. I've had this set for months, but I never really tried it, because I didn't know how and I hadn't looked for a tutorial yet. Right in between me finishing the ink for this map and me beginning to color it with watercolor, I looked up a 15-minute tutorial, took out my paint set, did a few exercises I saw in the video tutorial, and here we are. I really had the idea to test watercolor on this drawing and went into it as soon as I could. It's the kind of thing where the more you think about it, the less likely you are to go through with it. So I had to give it a try before I could change my mind. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. It's strange to see one of my ink drawings with colors, as I mostly work in black and white when it comes to traditional, but that's exactly the point of it. It opens up a whole new world. Did I ruin a good drawing with my bad watercoloring skills? Not really, since the map was already sloppy to begin with, so it's a win-win situation in my book. And with that, the final advice I would give you is to first of all subscribe, duh, and mostly to have fun with it. Try jumping into the deep end and learn how to swim. For art especially, the most risk you can take is to waste maybe an hour and a couple milliliters of ink. In real life, if you don't know how to swim, for the love of God, do not jump into a pool by yourself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and it's given you the bravery to try something new. Comment below with what you might try next, or why not something you wanna see me try next. Stay tuned for my upcoming sketchbook tour and I'll see you soon. Bye!